What is going on, everybody? We're here and we are live for Monday evening quarterback. I see Will from Game On. You got what shirt you got on there?
This fucking
the
douchebag.
Did you see their game, Beardo? It was a good one.
I watched the entire game, every single snap of that game.
Crazy comeback, huh? Could you imagine being a Giants fan?
I could.
Well, luckily he's got his Bucks hat on tonight because he promised to never again bet against Baker Mayfield after I swore him to it, and then I immediately picked the Lions tonight. So Beardo, how you feeling today?
Terrible, dude. I had a crisis last night. I went to bed right after the fucking Sunday night game. I didn't do anything. I didn't watch a movie. I just pounded several Coors Lights and went to bed.
Ooh, that actually doesn't sound like a bad evening.
It was
Pounded several Coors Lights. There you go.
Yeah.
Look,
it was about 5 or 15, maybe 20 Coors Lights, and I went to bed.
We were witnesses to a moment that I don't know if we've ever seen in history before. What we witnessed in the fourth quarter, Giants, Broncos. The Broncos scored 33 fucking points in the fourth quarter after being held scoreless the prior quarter or prior 3 quarters. Pretty wild.
33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that game. We'll talk about how today is another Chicago Bears victory Monday. The Bears are 4-2. The Bears have won 4 straight. And the Bears, what was the stat again, Beardo?
This season, only one team has scored 21 points in every single game that they've played. And it would be the Chicago Bears.
It is not the Indianapolis Colts who lead the league in scoring. It is, in fact, the Chicago Bears, which is pretty crazy. Now, I don't think there's too much to brag about yesterday when it comes to the offensive performance. The run game has been solidified, which I think is fantastic. It's great to see blocks. It's great to see open space for the running backs. Caleb Williams played his worst game this year. I think that's very easy to say, played his worst game this year. But that defense, they keep getting after it somehow, some way. They have forced 4 turnovers last game, 3 turnovers the game before, 4 turnovers the game before that, 4 turnovers the game before that. That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. 15 turnovers in the past 4 games during this winning streak for the Chicago Bears. And Will's got a lot to be happy about because Drake May, it does seem like if you go through their fucking schedule and see who they've played, it's like, fuck, bro. But it doesn't matter. He's putting up incredible numbers against whoever they throw up against him, whether it is the Bills or whether it is, say, the Tennessee Titans. Drake May, I think, had one of the best passing performances in the history of New England quarterbacks yesterday.
21 of 23, yeah.
Kind of an impressive number.
I don't know if people know.
Did you see his comments about that?
No, what?
His comments, so it was the post-game interview, and he was out there talking to the media, and they mentioned it. They're like, did you realize or do you know that you have the highest passing percentage ever in Patriots history? You only had 2 incompletions. He's like, yeah, I got to be better with the ball. He's like, I got to be better with the ball. He's like, I took
my quarterback.
He's like, I took some runs and I ran the ball when guys were open, and I got to make better connections with my receivers and stuff. So I'll be better next week.
And it wasn't like he was dinking and dunking. He was moving the ball down the field.
Taking some shots.
He said
he
called himself a check down Charlie. He said, I don't want to be a check down Charlie, is what he said.
He must forget some of those deep balls. I love that they went down early. Like, I wasn't too nervous. I was nervous about the spread, and I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I stayed away from the spread, even though they end up covering. But I was like, this is good for this team on the road here to be down 10-3 after the first quarter, a little adversity. And they responded. Like I said, I don't expect anything from the Patriots this year. They're going to get into the playoffs just based off their schedule being so easy. But it's just every week looking better, buying into Vrabel's coaching, and Drake May growing. And so getting rid of those dumb mistakes that he was making at the beginning of the year. And then next year's a year where I'm like, okay, maybe we can make some noise. But it feels good being on top of the division. I will say,
yeah,
my buddy, a Bills fan, I've been rubbing in his face last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that is crazy. They're playing really well. And when you're playing the Titans, really all you got to do is wait for Cam Ward to throw up all over himself, because eventually he will. Like that.
He had like 2 identical fumbles back to back. He had the same fumble last week that he did yesterday.
It's It's wild. Turns out new coach, same problems for the Tennessee Titans. But we'll get into all the games. Let's catch up with some of these super chats. Some of these may or may not be addressed to Beardo. We'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Hi, Ryan. Beardo. Giants suck. How about them Cowboys?
Thanks.
Jesus. Cowboys lose. I drink beer. Cowboys win. I drink beer. Does sound like a good proposition. Jesus for another 2. Beardo. Giants lost. Now you have to take a paddle up the ass.
Thank you, Jesus.
Son of Sean for $10. Lineup had on Prize Picks. I hit all 4 picks. Would have won $195. I started 3. I got 3 out of 4. The one I didn't get was Dart more than 5.5 rush attempts. He's done that every game he started. He got 5.
I tried telling you guys my best bet came through. My best prop bet. He only had 11 yards rushing. That was a freebie. It was a freebie.
You know what's funny is if he would have ran instead of thrown that fucking ball with like 5 minutes left or whatever when he threw that pick, that would have cashed out for you right there.
Yeah.
That would have been the one. Blue-eyed Scorpio. Hey, Beardo, pick a number between 1 and 1,603. The answer is 1. Only one team has blown an 18-point lead with 6 minutes left in the game. Giant milestone.
Yep. One of the worst collapses ever.
And then he rephrased Blade Scorpio for another $1.99. I guess the proper way to ask is between 0 and 1,603.
Yeah.
They were due. Beardo.
I don't want to hear it.
Jesus for 5. Wish Giants Cowboys game wasn't at the end of the year to make bet with Beardo. No paddle up ass, but $50 super chat to you and $50 cash app to me. Deal?
We'll see. I'm not making that bet just yet.
Yeah, we gotta wait. You could a lot of things could happen. Jackson Dart could fucking tear his ACL, or
we'll wait to the week of.
Dak Prescott could break his leg. So a lot of things can happen between now and then.
Right.
UNSC Connor for 5. Nothing better than a victory Monday. Go Broncos. And RIP Demaryius Thomas.
I didn't even realize it was Demaryius Thomas Day.
Yeah,
that was the whole story. They were going to enshrine him into the Denver Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. So Peyton was there. They put a statue right next to Peyton.
Yeah, and we had Doug Martin died yesterday too.
Doug Martin passed away in the middle of the day yesterday. Crazy.
Well, it got announced in the middle of the day. There's some stuff going on there. Apparently, police responded to a home invasion where someone was having a medical episode. The way I read it, it sounded like Doug Martin was the one who was perpetrating the home invasion and was having a medical episode. And it was like at 4:30 in the morning or something. And so he died in police custody. I don't think there's any allegation of the police fucking killed him or anything, but something is going on.
Was he on drugs?
Yeah, it could have been. Of course, anytime a football player dies, everyone says CTE, which not every time a fucking young black dude young black athlete dies, it doesn't mean it has anything to do with CTE. Might just be some shit going on in their life. Might be some poor decision making. Might be something fucked up happened. Who knows, right? Who fucking knows?
Like Demaryius Thomas, who died of a seizure.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know the full context around it. I do know that Doug Martin, the muscle hamster himself, the news broke during the middle of the day yesterday, basically.
Yep. He was the Boise State running back, right?
Yes, Boise State.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw that news. I'm like, where have I heard that name? Because they were like Tampa Bay Buck. I'm like, didn't he go to Boise State? And I didn't look it up.
Did he play with Jameis or Josh Freeman or both?
I don't know. Let's see here.
Did he play with? Let's take a look it up.
Let me read the actual thing. Former NFL player Doug Martin died after struggling with officers while being detained, police say. Let's fucking just read this now. Since we brought it up, I don't want to put out any misinformation or disinformation.
Right.
The fuck is this?
What?
Is it one of these things?
What?
All right, come on. I just don't know why it was like, it didn't show me anything. You know what I mean? Like, I had no article to read.
I saw it on my screen.
I did too, but when you scroll down, there was nothing written.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Former NFL player dies in police custody in California. Former NFL running back Doug Martin died at age 36 while in police custody. The Oakland Police Department said former American football star who played for teams including Tampa Bay Buccaneers died after being involved in an alleged home break-in and a struggle with officers on Saturday. While attempting to detain the individual, a brief struggle ensued. The department said, adding Martin became unresponsive and was taken to the hospital where he later died.
Fuck.
Struggled with injuries and was also suspended in 2016 for 4 games for violating NFL's drug policy. I don't know what drugs those were. Maybe steroids. He was the muscle hamster. I don't know. We'll see what comes out about all this shit.
He played with Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore at Boise State. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I just looked it up. They were there at the same time.
Let's see if I can find the nature of Martin's medical emergency was not known. Police did not specify why Martin had been taken into custody. All right, let's see. So officers were called about 4:15 on a Saturday to the home of 1100 block of Ettrick Street. And on the reports, the break-in at the same time, the department received reports of a person experiencing a medical emergency on the same location. The department said officers found the suspect, later identified as Martin, inside. However, when they tried to detain him, he allegedly briefly resisted. They took him into custody. When he became unresponsive, was taken by paramedics to the hospital. So that is kind of the story that I was kind of referring to, where there was a break-in called and also some sort of medical emergency called in. So who fucking knows?
Sounds like he was on some drugs and then something happened. Like, that's why they would have detained him if he broke in. And then who knows? Maybe he took too much. He was hallucinating, had some sort of heart attack or something.
It's happened before. We burned down cities before. So I don't know. I don't want to necessarily insinuate ill of Doug Martin when just based off speculation from what we see. To me, doesn't look very good. But either way, he did pass away yesterday.
If we want to play it safe, we just blame the police, right?
Well,
gosh, how could they do it?
I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm kidding.
But yes, that would be what ESPN does. We could do a whole Kyron Lacey thing. We could do a whole fucking Kyron Lacey thing if we wanted. When that shit came out, I fucking didn't talk about it because, like, when he killed himself or whatever, I don't know if I made a video of him killing himself, because so many people were forgetting the idea that this motherfucker was like on trial, about to go to trial for the death of this dude. Then his fucking shyster lawyer tries to pretend like the cops did all this shit, like the cops did all this stuff wrong. And then you get Ryan Clark virtue signaling and race baiting on ESPN, Scott Van Pelt talking about how we really need to think about these things. A day later, the police are like, no, actually, here's all the shit. This dude was a piece of shit. So fucking
I don't think he vented. Usually when you're on fentanyl, you're not breaking into houses.
Who knows?
Just saying.
Who knows? McCock with 50 Sports Wars memberships.
Let's go. McCock.
He said for the Giants afterwards. We wrote.
Why?
Thank you, McCock. The Mass Marvel, LOL Giants, Dak MVP. Dak is playing incredibly well. And if the Cowboys go on a run here, it's not out of the question.
I looked at my portfolio. I somehow placed a Dak Prescott MVP like after week 1 or something like that. 66-1. I don't think he's going to get there, but it's nice to have that in my back pocket.
I would give it better than that odds right now.
Yeah, I think he's down to 30 or maybe. Yeah, someone I bought in today I bought in on Stafford today because he's 15-1 and his number. I mean, they have a good shot of being a 1 or 2 seed and his numbers are pretty good. And then I also, if you like the Lions tonight and the over, I don't see how the Lions run all over this. Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of rushing touchdowns tonight.
You think you're going to throw the ball around a lot, Jared
Yeah,
Goff.
so if Goff comes out, I know he's had a bad game against the Packers and the loss to the Chiefs. but it's like a buy low right now. If you're in like the Kalshi markets where you can buy in and then sell out later on, that's what I did. Because he's down at like 4%. And if he goes out and throws five interceptions, or not interceptions, sorry, 5 touchdowns tonight, probably going to go up in MVP odds.
Yeah, I didn't sell it maybe.
If Dak wins the MVP, I'm done with the NFL, and I'm only watching the USFL from now on for my entire fucking life. If Dak Prescott wins an NFL MVP,
in like a bunch of categories.
The thing is, because the Cowboys defense is pretty fucking bad for the most part, and I think we expect it to remain bad. The Cowboys are gonna have to score a lot, and they have been scoring a lot. Now they got CeeDee Lamb back, George Pickens, Javonte Williams is running the ball well, which is opening up that passing game more. Which means I think that Dak is going to continue to throw the ball at every fucking game. So his numbers are going to be there. The question is, will the record be there to be an MVP type of player? Because like if they go 9-7-1 or whatever the fuck, that ain't going to get it done. Like you're not going to win MVP at 9-7-1 probably, unless you have a historically unheard of season.
But if you can get double digits and sneak into the playoffs, you got a shot.
Matt Stranger, Panthers defense getting after it, boys. Congrats to the Bears and Pats winning. Beardo, need a hug after that loss.
Thanks, Matt Stranger. Appreciate it, brother.
To be fair to the Panthers defense, they also played the New York Jets. But yes, Matt, American man, victory Monday for my Cowboys. My defense for once not suck. What a Yankees 5th inning type of collapse for the Giants.
Yep.
Yikes.
SC for 5. Thanks for letting us laugh at your pain, Beardo. Just know you can die happy with 2 rings over my Pats. I can still die happy if they never win again.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
Eric K for 2. Ryan, let's hear all the Bears talk. Yeah, Eric K was talking shit about me the other day, and he accidentally sent it to my own DMs. See if I can find this. Fucking Eric K. Yesterday sends me a message at 2:36 p.m. Ryan is going to be unbearable after the Bears win. Your Eagles are looking good. I reply, I don't think this is for me, LOL. He says, oh, I was supposed to be messaging Can Man. My bad, Ryan. Well, your Bears are looking good.
Fuck, dude. He texted the wrong person. Fuck.
He did.
Eric K, you're a fucking retard.
Things have been said that are a lot worse than that about me. So I'm not too worried. And look, I'm not really going to be that unbearable about my Bears because I think they should have had a better performance. Genuinely, I do think we're at the point where I think Caleb Williams had the worst game of the season, which I don't like that for the 6th game of the year. But let's just get to it. Let's get to the fucking game. Go through them. Where are we? Scores. And I imagine we'll start off with that one because it's always at the top of my ESPN feed. And that's right. And we did talk about Steelers and Bengals a lot on Sunday. So Saints-Bears. The Saints, not exactly a great road team. The Bears winners of 3 straight. And it was a sloppy game. It was a wet game. There was a lot of issues with the snap, including the center just fucking not letting go of the ball at one point. I don't even know what the fuck happened there. They were going for it on 4th down, and the center snaps the ball early, so they get a false start penalty, and then just doesn't never even let go of the football, which was a penalty anyway. So I don't know what's going on there. Kind of a mess offensively. They ran the ball extremely well. Swift had another 100 yards on the ground. The Bears were up 20-0 at one point in this game at the end of the first half. Well, almost at the end of the first half. Then they let the Saints score one right before the half ends. Saints get the kickoff first and score, and then it's a different ball game. But the Bears were really able to ground and pound, and I thought Caleb looked inconsistent. He did throw an interception for the first time in a couple games, which don't love when you throw a pick like that. They had a couple problems punching it in when they were in the red zone. But this Bears fucking defense, bro, I cannot speak highly enough about this Bears fucking defense, which me and Will have been saying it for a while. I don't know how you Like, I don't know how it's sustainable, but they keep sustaining it. Another 4 turnovers in this game. 3 interceptions from Spencer Rattler and a forced fumble very early on from Montez Sweat. The Bears were getting pressure from their corners and safeties. Jaquan Brisker had a sack. Kyler Gordon had a sack. Just a great defensive game from the Chicago Bears. They did allow 2 touchdown drives, but other than that, it was pretty quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I told you Spencer Rattler was going to overthink this game. Spencer Rattler, revenge game from Oklahoma. That wasn't going to matter. He was going to overthink it. So 3 interceptions. That's it right there. When you turn over the ball, you're going to lose.
And you know what the crazy part is? We were all talking about Spencer Rattler revenge game. You know who has a bigger axe to grind, Will, than Spencer Rattler about Caleb Williams? Who has a bigger axe to grind in this game?
DJ Moore?
Nope. The former head coach of the New Orleans Saints, who got summarily fired by them, Dennis Allen, who is the defensive coordinator for the Chicago fucking Bears.
It was right in front of us.
Who got the game ball at the end, by the way. Dennis Allen. Okay. So we forgot about that revenge factor. We can always find a revenge factor.
I forgot Dennis Allen was a person.
Yep, got brought. Ben Johnson called him immediately when he realized he was going to Chicago, and he brought him in. I love it because I don't know if Dennis is going to get another chance to head coach at some point in time. I think we've got a solid hold on him for a couple years, which is a good thing to have for your coordinators. But yeah, Chicago Bears 4-2, and they're doing it without playing their best football, which is the most surprising thing to me.
Yeah, that was a great win. You got to feel good as a Bears fan that Caleb did not put up a good game at all. And I think he had only like 2 fantasy points or something like that. But a solid team win here. And that's what you need. You need a quarterback that even when he's struggling can kind of just play good enough. Obviously, if he had 3 interceptions like Rattler, it would have been a different game. But 1 turnover is fine. Not trying to do too much. Just game manage with a lead and just let the rest of your team handle it. And that's what they did.
Yeah,
I do think the weather played a factor too, because the Bears did match up pretty well. It was a gross day across the league, and it was a good test for this Bears team.
It was, and when Caleb Williams was off, he was missing sometimes. Worst game he's played this year, I think. However, like when you do have those games, you hope that you have a couple things that can pick you up. And Rome Odunze, as much as I love Rome, there are some times when the ball hits his fucking hands. A fastball from Caleb hits his hands like on a scramble or something. He's just not able to pull it in, which is, can be frustrating. But they also got to clean up the penalties, man. Penalties are still fucking killing this team. 10 penalties for 92 yards for the Chicago Bears. So many of them little things that don't need to be happening.
Here you go. Breaking news. Tyler Lockett is being released from the Titans after he requested the release.
Wow. So Tyler Lockett is like, I am in Cam Ward hell right now. Please, somebody get me out of here. And they actually just released him, huh? They're just done with the season, man.
Good for them. Good for Tyler Lockett. Get the fuck out of there.
I wonder if he goes back to Seattle, even if it's just to sign like a 1-day contract to retire.
Nah, he goes to Oakland, Vegas.
Think so?
Pete Carroll's bringing in all those Seattle veterans.
Yeah, he legit has a real estate business in Seattle. So I wonder if he goes back and retires there.
I don't think. I think he just would have fucking retired if that was the case.
Right.
Well, I mean, who knows if Seattle will take him back? I guess is what I'm saying. I bet you at the end of his career, he does do that 1-day contract deal.
I bet somebody will give him a flyer. I bet somebody will give him a flyer. You think the Giants need help at wide receiver or anything, Beardo?
I don't know. I mean, you never know. We could with Malik Neighbors out, but our other wide receivers have been doing pretty good. Wan'Dale Robinson, our tight ends. We got a dual threat tight end, Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger. So,
yeah, but maybe he goes back because Russ is there and they can have that old connection, that deep ball down the middle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do see like one of these actually like top teams, like the Bills or something, take a flyer on him. We saw the Bills do the same thing with Amari Cooper last year. I could 100% see that happening.
Steelers are in the market. They said they want to make a move before the trade deadline. Maybe they bring him in.
Alan Lazard from the Jets is going to the fucking Steelers.
Yeah, I think Tyler Lockett probably wants to go to a competitor.
I mean, they're first in their division right now.
I don't know what he can add right now. We haven't really seen his skills on full display in that Tennessee Titans offense. So we'll see what happens with Tyler Lockett. I thought you were going to tell us Mike McDaniel was fired. I'm surprised that did not happen this morning.
Dude, I'm convinced. After this week, I'm convinced he made a deal with the owner. Like I was telling you guys, that it's
we'll
just
lose games.
Yes.
Dude, how was the Giants defensive coordinator not fired yesterday?
He played 3/4 of a great fucking game. How can you fire him for having one bad quarter?
Yeah, and he played the entire fourth quarter in prevent defense. Fuck you.
I mean, that was more so you're at altitude, guys are tired, and they're sitting on a comfortable lead, and it's hard to ramp it back up. I mean, it was just the Broncos hit a perfect stride at that point, and there was nothing that was going to stop them in that game. I will say this about your Giants, Beardo. Here's some positive stuff. Mm-hmm. You got a quarterback. You found your quarterback, right? I mean, that was a
stud.
That was a hell of a drive, to put him in, and then he's out there. This is our game. Like, that's what you want to see. And guess what? Also, you're going to get a new head coach because you can't keep Dable after that game. So,
no,
congratulations.
You can't.
That was on Dable. Yeah. So,
It was on the coaching staff for sure. It was on Dable, the defensive coordinator. What's his name? Shane Bowden, whatever the fuck.
You have a quarterback. You have a number one wide receiver. You got a good running back, and you got.
And how the heck do we have Young Wei Koo on the team and he ain't fucking kicking extra points, especially after that bum.
How the hell is your kicker
Bill
not
Burr
doing,
couldn't fucking make extra points, dude?
How's your kicker not doing smelling salts after missing the first PAT? You know what I mean? Rodgers did it.
How is he still alive?
The first thing I thought of when I saw him miss the extra point was thinking of that clip. This guy sucks.
This guy sucks.
Oh, I had it for a second. There it is. I wanted to go to this point since we're on that Giants-Broncos game. There was a point, 3rd and 12 at the Denver 47 for the Denver Broncos, with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter, where the Giants' win probability was 99.8%. That's fucking crazy. I mean, you can see here. 33 points in the fourth fucking quarter. And like it kind of started off with a terrible pass by Bo Nix that just goes up in the air and somebody grabs on a miracle in the end zone. And you're thinking, oh, they got a chance now. They finally got something going. And then on the next fucking drive, Jackson Dart throws a fucking ball that bounces up in the air and some motherfucker runs under it, catches it, and runs for a touchdown. You're thinking, well, shit, that's how this all works, right? Luck just evened out. Like the Broncos score on a lucky play, and the Giants score on a lucky play. I guess it's not. I guess they're not coming back.
And Denver had back-to-back 2-point conversions on their touchdowns too.
Yeah.
Rough, man. But Ryan, I texted you with about 6 minutes left in the game. The Giants lose. The Giants were up by like 3 scores, and I texted Ryan, the Giants lose this game. He's like, nah, game's over. Ryan said, the game's over. I'm like, dude, I'm a Giants fan. They lose these games.
I'm going to read you a dramatic reading of the text between me and Beardo. 6:56 p.m. This is where we lose. It would be such a Giants thing to do to lose this game. Told you, he says. I believe the told you was after the Jackson Dart interception.
Correct,
with about 5 minutes left, 4.5 minutes left.
Yes.
I respond, wild, LOL. And then I think Denver scores, and you say, again, told you, at 7:05 p.m. Another pick or fumble turnover here. 3 and out, we lose the game. Fuck me. And then it was a 3 and out, I think. And I said, you could hold them to a field goal and still get the ball with time. You say 3rd and 11, they convert. Told you.
Yeah. Denver was on a 3rd and 11. I was like, they're going to convert. Told you.
I say, lots of time. You say, ain't going to happen. It's the Giants. What the fuck was up with that whistle and clock reads? And this is when the Giants.
That was weird.
Yeah. So, but this is when I believe the Broncos have the ball and they're driving, right?
Yes, the Broncos have the ball. They're driving. I think somebody called a timeout. I think Denver might have called their last team timeout, and then they're sitting there waiting, and then the play clock goes all the way down to 0 while the ball is placed, and then there's a whistle. Nobody knows what's going on. And then the refs start waving their arm and everyone's there. And then even the announcers are saying, well, I don't know what that was, because like they were about to snap the ball. The play clock's at 0. There's a whistle, no flag, and then they replay the fucking play clock. And the announcers are like, well, I don't know what that was, and I don't think we're going to get an explanation. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
And then the very next play, Bo Nix rushes for the touchdown.
Yeah, it goes like 18 yards, rushes in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And you say, I said lots of time, you said, ain't going to happen. It's the Giants. What's up with that whistling clock reset? No explanations. Bo Nix scores. You say game over. This is the life of a Giants fan. You said that at 7:23 when there's still a lot of time left on the clock. Giants go down the field. They get a pass interference call near the goal line. Jackson Dart rushes in with 37 seconds left on the clock.
Can we talk about that, Beardo?
It was what was it, like a 4th and 16? We got close. We were a yard short from getting the first down, but there was a pass interference, and we got the first down.
No. The pass interference at the end of the game that gave you the ball on the 2, and then Sean Payton got a
I think it was kind of a bullshit call.
That's what I want to ask Beardo, because I asked another Giants fan. He said that was a bullshit pass interference call because he turned around and played the ball. What'd you think?
The one in the corner of the end zone. He did turn around and play the ball, but he tackled the guy. He tackled him and like fell into him as he was going into the front corner of the end zone. He did turn around.
I think he had legal position because he was playing the ball. That's how I felt about it.
But his body fell into him, and he completely unintentionally tackled the receiver. So as a Giants fan, I respect that call.
My chat was saying, if anything, it was pass interference on the wide receiver because the guy was closer to the ball. I thought that was like they were gifting the Giants a win there, and I was going to be so pissed.
Obviously, and then they score. This is the next part of my dramatic reading.
Jackson Dart touchdown. Yeah.
Jackson Dart touchdown. At 7:32. Life is beautiful. From Beardo. 7:33. What a fucking bum. Publicly execute our kicker. Hang him.
That's when you knew you were losing, right?
As soon as we missed that second extra point, I knew we were going to lose. Well, I knew we were going to lose before that, but I had hope after the rushing touchdown from Dart. But after the missed extra point, it solidified it. Yeah, we're losing this game. Dude, I didn't care that there was 30 seconds left. Denver has no timeouts. I was like, nope, we lose.
How about Brian Burns not getting back? I know he was injured or whatnot, but you got to get back. You gave him a free extra 5 yards there. You know what I mean?
So
that was bad.
That was that game. We just had to go through that, the ups and downs of Beardo, mostly the downs. Had one up.
Yep.
All right, let's get through these though. We talked about Rams and Jags during Sunday's stream. Just an absolute decimation by the Rams. They destroyed the Jags. I've been saying all year, even when they beat the Chiefs, I said I just don't think the Jags are really that good. I think they've had a couple runs of things working well for them, but I don't think they're that good yet. And I don't know what they're doing with Travis Hunter, and I don't know if it's going to work.
If you like the Rams, Matthew Stafford, 15-1 to win MVP. Just saying.
There you go. Dolphins, Browns. I think all of us took the Browns on this panel.
Correct.
And that was a good decision because just like, I mean, we kind of both said it. I think that it's going to be a Judkins game probably, and it was definitely a Judkins game. There is a lot of wind in this game. We thought they'd keep it on the ground and shit. They really did. Judkins had 3 touchdowns. Nobody was really throwing the ball. Dylan Gabriel, 13 for 18 for 116. Tua, 100 yards, 2 for 12 with 3 fucking picks, including some terrible picks.
12 for 23.
Hey, Dylan Gabriel.
You said 2 for 12.
Well, whatever. Close enough.
Yeah, we know what he meant. Dylan Gabriel, although he hasn't done anything yet, he still has yet to turn the ball over. That's a good. I mean, it's a good 3 games. You know, you haven't done anything to put
game
your team
manager,
in harm.
Man.
Yeah. Also,
What else can you ask from him? He's 2-3.
Yeah.
Right? Or
But
no,
he's
1-2, and they lost that last game in London or Ireland or
against
wherever by
Minnesota.
the last second touchdown by Minnesota. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not hurting his team. He's not doing anything yet. He's a rookie quarterback, not making turnovers. That's good. Also, RIP to anyone who was all over Judkins. His over under rushing yards was 91. So although he got 3 touchdowns, he got 84 yards. I was going to say this about the London
fantasy
game.
day, and you get fucked on your bet there.
Dude, well, I was going to say this. How crazy is this? So, had Devontae Adams had 3 touchdowns. He still went under his receptions and under his yards.
That's
with 3 touchdowns. Isn't that insane?
Just very efficient.
Tua's going to have to retire at the end of the year. His brain is in a blender. Like his comments that he says after these games, and also his level of play, dude. Like, I think it's pretty clear that the amount of concussions and the severity of the concussions he's gotten, he's not all there, up there. The dude stinks.
I have a different theory. What if he was always retarded? That's my theory about Tua. And I don't know what you do. I do think they're still on the hook for money for him, aren't they?
Oh yeah, a ton.
He's got to retire.
I don't know how much of that is guaranteed and all that shit, but I mean, Mike McDaniel is definitely gone. You bring up a great point, Will. Like, there was some allegations against the Dolphins that they wanted what's his fucking name? Brian Flores to intentionally lose games when they were already out of it at the end of the year so they get a higher draft pick. There's allegations about that. I mean, maybe they do.
Tanking for? Were they tanking for Trevor? Was that the tank for Trevor year?
No, I think they just wanted a top draft pick because I think they had Tua on the team at the time. They just wanted a top draft pick because remember Brian Flores said Tua sucks.
Yeah. And I mean, Brian Flores turned out to be right about that.
It's not a big deal if they cut him this year because it'll only be a $99 million dead cap hit.
Wow. Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown, 27-yard receiving touchdown. Lions up 6 before the extra point with 12 minutes to play in the first quarter. Yes.
First touchdown, Amon-Ra.
First touchdown of the game.
And Will cashes out. The rich just get richer.
Sun God.
Bullshit.
Cash that one. Let's go.
Caught the ball at around the 15 and ran it in the rest of the way to the left side of the end zone.
That's my dude.
And there's a Jared Goff touchdown.
Yep.
So this game is going how I predicted so far. We'll see if that continues on. But the Dolphins are a fucking mess. And a good win by the Browns at home. I thought they'd win it. I didn't know they'd score 30. I mean, that game was over, right? Like that game hit the over.
Which one?
Browns Dolphins.
Yeah, on my parlay that I had though, I did an all line.
What was the total? 34.5?
Yeah, I put 37.5. That one came through. Just barely.
And Quinn Ewers played most of the fourth quarter, I believe.
He did. Didn't go much better.
It's weird that they put in Quinn Ewers and not Zach Wilson, but I guess trying to see what they have with Quinn. Because Quinn is, I think he's the third stringer on.
Oh, no. There's speculation that like management, like ownership or the GM came in.
Quinn Ewers.
They made Quinn be the backup and Zach Wilson be the emergency
third stringer
for this specific game.
It would also explain some of these sideline cold shoulderness that Mike McDaniel showed towards Quinn Ewers during the game. That team's a fucking mess. They need a clean house. Mike McDaniels need to be gone. I don't know what you do with Tua because I don't think you can really move off him at this point, but Mike has to be done.
They're going to have to just force him to retire, man.
Bitch. Patriots, Titans. We talked about this one a little bit. The game definitely got out of hand at the end with like that fumble return for a touchdown and shit. I feel like the game was actually closer than this final score indicates, especially during the first half and for some of the second half. But, you know, Drake May is the biggest storyline for the Patriots because he looks so freaking good. He just looks efficient. He's not really making mistakes. He's looked solid. And It doesn't matter if they're playing against the Bills or they're playing against the Titans. It seems like he has that composure. It seems like he's making good decisions. And every once in a while, when he needs to, he does something fucking crazy.
Dude, doesn't he look big out there when he runs?
He does. He runs very straight up,
Yeah.
Which I hope he doesn't get fucking leveled. You know what I mean? Doing that.
He seems to be a little bit smarter than the beginning of last year and the beginning of this year of like when to take hits and when not.
It's funny.
I'm just excited from what I see from him week to week.
It's funny because when Caleb Williams scrambles, he gets very low, right? Like in his evasion period of a scramble. And I think it obviously is effective. He avoids a fuck ton of sacks. The things he's able to spin out of against like really good athletes and everything. But yeah, that is one thing I've noticed. He gets very low on that shit. But the Titans are a mess. Just fired their coach. Old coach coming into town and just basically bending you over and fucking you in the ass.
I love it.
That's rough.
They play the Colts this next week.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah, that'll be a really good game.
Good test. They're like 14.5-point dogs.
Gonna feel like 2006 all over again.
Yeah.
Colts and the Patriots, they're both good.
Now,
no. I was saying the Titans. Sorry, the Titans play the Colts. They're
I thought you were saying the Patriots and the Colts.
Sorry, my bad. No. The Titans. I think the Patriots aren't by. The Titans play the Colts. It's going to be like everything's a mess right now for them. And then you get to go in.
It's an NFC South game. It's an NFC South game. Oh, sorry, AFC South.
And the other team, your division rival, is really hot right now. It's going to be ugly.
What was I going to say? I am reminded once again, and somebody reminded me this. Jose Contreras obviously keeps track of the stuff in super chats. I know Angst Kitten also keeps track of all our picks and everything. I'm very upset that I missed that 1 week of our Pigskin Pick'em fantasy league because right now I would be tied for the lead in terms of wins. In terms of record in that league. Points is a different story because I missed the points, so who knows what it would have fucking been. But I've been pretty spot on in wins losses this year so far. And it's another I'm building that lead up on you guys, so you know. This game was kind of an easy one for all of us to pick. Raiders Chiefs. Oh, yeah. Chiefs are back on it. Rashee Rice is back, and I think they were very happy that Rashee Rice was back. This game was out of hand very early. This game got so bad that Gardner Minshew came in, felt like midway through the fourth quarter, and they started.
No, he came in at the end of the third quarter, Ryan.
End of the third quarter. Sorry, Gardner Minshew came in. And they started kneeling the ball to run the clock out with 4 minutes left in this game. That's how bad they got beaten. And, I guess respectful for Andy Reid to fellow old man Pete Carroll, show some respect and not pile on anymore.
They don't want to run up the score. Yeah.
But this Raiders team fucking sucks. You remember when Amari Cooper was on this team at the beginning of the season?
Just retired.
And he saw the writing on the wall and he said, you know what? I've had a good career. I've had a good life. I'll see you later, boys. He did the right thing and got the fuck out of there. This Ashton Genty, we had this discussion on this stream yesterday when we were talking about Ashton Genty. And this is exactly what I was worried about was if the Chiefs get out to an early lead, which I think they might, you might not see anything from Ashton Genty. And unfortunately that was the case.
Yep. I had him on Prize Picks for 15.5 over or more on his rushing attempts, and fuck.
Yeah.
And they were a lot of people were criticizing the Chiefs for using some of their trick plays in a blowout, like that 4th and 1. I'm sure you guys have seen it and know where Patrick Mahomes is like, this fucking never works.
This never fucking works.
Yeah.
This never fucking works. He's trying to draw him off sides, right? And he's doing hard counts. He's like, this shit never fucking works. And then they snap it.
Well, and apparently he said, Andy, this shit never fucking works. Like he called out the coach and stuff like that. It was kind of funny. But I think he did that because then they're like, why would you show that now? And I'm like, well, you show that now because the next time you try to do that, the other team's going to, when you go back under center, they might jump off sides because they might think you actually might snap it now. So we'll see. But I mean, I think you just got to, it was a chance to practice that stuff. Why not? Plus,
what did Rashee Rice have on his receiving yards? I'm curious.
Only like 40 or 45 or something. I don't think much.
Dude, they were doing everything to get him touchdowns. I was so mad because I had Xavier Worthy. I'm pretty sure he got tackled at the 1 on one of them. But whenever they were within like 10 yards, they were just like, let's get Rashee Rice the ball.
Yeah, so he had two. He had 2 receiving touchdowns, 7 catches for 42 yards. Did have a little Patrick Mahomes no-look throw at one point in the game that if Chris Collinsworth had been calling that game, he would have come all over the floor probably. But yeah, I mean, Chiefs just fucking dominated. Chiefs back on a roll. Chiefs with a winning record. And
it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary that I know it's the Raiders, but it's kind of scary when you see the Chiefs at full power, you know?
It is, and like they got Rashee Rice back. They got all that horsepower. No pun intended. I did see some AI edit clips of Rashee Rice stealing like an injury golf cart and like driving it fucking crazy and knocking people out of the way and shit.
Like Marshawn Lynch at Cal.
Yeah.
Eagles, Vikings. This is one where I got the pick wrong. I had the Eagles. I switched up when I found out JJ McCarthy was. I like how this 4-week injury has suddenly turned into a 6-week injury. I'm telling y'all, this was a soft benching. I said it from the beginning.
I think so too.
I still fully think that was the case for JJ McCarthy. I think maybe I got a little dinged up, but they wanted him to sit for a while, and specifically, they may have wanted him to sit for this game against the Eagles. Look, Jalen Hurts had a perfect passer rating. 19 for 23, 3 touchdowns, a couple big plays, including on a 4th down to AJ Brown, a big pass to AJ Brown to seal the game at the end. I felt like Minnesota let this one slip through their fucking fingers, man. The amount of times they had to settle for field goals down there when they could have punched it in. It was in their grasp, and they let it go.
You know what's crazy? I watched this through Red Zone and whatnot, but all I've heard people talk about today is AJ Brown making him happy. He got his 2 touchdowns, like you were saying. He just had that big catch on that 4th down. Look at Devontae Smith. I just saw this is the first time I've even seen Devontae Smith 9 catches. What is that? 183.
He had a huge game.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anyone today say anything about Devontae Smith. It was all AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. Devontae Smith quietly 9 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown. Jeez.
And Wentz, he had what, 2 picks? Can't happen.
He did, and
can't happen. And they were bad picks. At least his first one was really bad.
Well, one of them was a pick 6, right? That was the first,
right? Yes.
The first score of the fucking game.
Yes.
Now, I do believe it was one of those. I think that they were backed up and it was like 3rd and forever or whatever. But it was a bad fucking throw. Let me see if I can find that, because it is. I think it was the Vikings. Maybe the first drive of the game.
I think it was.
Let's see. All right, so that was a touchdown. No, it must not have been. Second quarter here. Second quarter, interception return for a touchdown. That was only 3rd and 5. So it was not the one I was thinking of. It might have been this other one that I was thinking of. The second one. Yeah, it was 2nd and 27 where he threw that deep pass that got picked.
I'm just glad I swore off Wentz after the London game, and you guys both decided to back him in this one. So I was opposite of you guys, because I'm like, I'm not doing this again with Wentz. He is no longer Super Bowl winning quarterback Carson Wentz. He is now backup Carson Wentz.
They still should have won that fucking game, bro. They still should have won that shit. Now, a little bit of conversation in this, because the Vikings had an interesting strategy to attempt to stop the tush push, which we didn't see a ton of in this game, which is essentially have a motherfucker lie down right in front of the center.
Yes.
Have one of your big guys lie down right in front of the center to stop that push a little bit. Even so, you're still seeing slow-mo replays of the tush pushes that do happen. You see AJ Brown flinching. You see the guards diving early. This play is going to be a fucking headache, dude.
Beardo, did you see the memes with Bane? They expected one of us in the wreckage. And it's the guy that has to lay down in front of the
yeah. I did see that. Yeah. Also, that TJ Hawkinson not touchdown. That was a fucking touchdown.
I don't know, man. It didn't look like a touchdown to me.
Lions just fumbled the ball, turned it over.
Goff just fumbled. He got hit from behind.
Yeah, Goff. Yep, that's a fumble all day.
Freaking bum.
Oh, Buccaneers got the ball back, baby, huh?
In good field position too, right around the 50.
Now the gross game of the day, and I want to. I'm gonna toot my own horn just a touch. This game, I did predict that the Carolina Panthers would get their first win on the road. I believe so did Beardo. Beardo also predicted that. However, I want to step further with my suggestions. I said, you know what? When Will decided to have the gall to take the winless New York Jets at home, I said, you know what, Will? I'll fucking double down on this. Not only will the Panthers win, but the Jets will get booed because of Justin Fields. Justin Fields will get booed off the field, and we will see Tyrod Taylor in this game. And that is exactly what happened. I literally fucking predicted it. Not that it's tough. Justin Fields is a fucking bum, a bitch, a piece of shit. So that was pretty easy to predict. Tyrod Taylor didn't look that much better when he was in the game.
Hey, I will say, I did say I like my chances better with Tyrod Taylor. And technically, he did have better stats. So, I mean, he played, he had 2 interceptions in the second half. You can't do that. But at least he was moving the ball and scrambling around a little bit compared to Fields. Could actually get it to his guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough day. You're looking at overall QBRs of 13 and 11 and a half. You know, between those two guys. So pick your poison.
That's the team I decided to die on the hill for. Jeez.
The thing about Tyrod Taylor, at least he's going to throw it, you know, which has been the problem with Justin Fields. He's just like refusing to throw the ball.
Dude, the Jets have given up only 13 points in their last 2 games each and lost both games. How pathetic is that? That is gross.
I don't believe that Justin Fields, somebody might need to stat correct me in the comments. I believe that Justin Fields has never won a football game where the opposing team scored 20 points or more.
Yep, that's correct.
I believe that that's a true statement.
He's like 0-26.
Yeah, and it's just, bro, if that's your level, and certainly you can get great defensive performances and, you know, win a couple games that way and stuff, but if that's what you're relying, if you can't go out there and get 21 when your team needs it, you're not an NFL quarterback. And the Jets gave him like $20 million or something. This was Justin Fields' last ditch attempt. It's over. And I think a lot of Jets fans want Aaron Glenn out of the building already. Aaron Glenn might not survive the year.
Hey, good for him. He got paid. He tricked him into paying him $20 million. And then he gets $10 million guaranteed next year if they cut him. So that guy get $30 million, and he's going to only have to play, 6.5 games? Good for him.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I saw a lot of the Justin Fields like fan dudes that always pop up. I saw a lot of them like retiring their accounts and shit this weekend. It was funny.
Man, what a bummer.
Are they going to retire this song?
Justin Fields.
I hope so. Colts Chargers. I think what we all hoped would be a little bit better of a game. The Colts just got off to they just started beating the shit out of them immediately.
Yep.
Saw a couple turnovers from the Chargers. Colts get out to a big lead. I think it was 23 to 3? 23-6? What was it at half?
23-3 at half.
Yeah, 23-3 at halftime in this game. And once again, it's another game where Jonathan Taylor scores a couple times, almost 100 yards rushing. Justin Herbert threw the ball 55 times, and Justin Herbert threw the ball 55 times with an offensive line that was like Swiss cheese. So virtually every one of those 55 times, Justin Herbert was getting crushed.
Dude, at halftime, Daniel Jones had 2 touchdown passes and 200 yards passing at halftime. They were just running the ball in the second half.
I don't know how Herbert had 420 yards. I watched a lot of that game. I don't know. Like 420 is a lot. I don't know where all that came from.
And they got and the Chargers got even more banged up. Lost another offensive lineman too.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact: Jonathan Taylor this season, 3 touchdown games. He has 3 of them. The Jets as a team only have 2 games where they've gotten 3 touchdowns in a game.
And one of them, I think, was against maybe the Cowboys, or was it the Cowboys game? Or
One was
it was a
against
game
the
where they were
Steelers.
down
One
like
was against the Steelers. Yeah.
the first game of the season against Steelers, and then there was another game where they were down like 30 points the entire game, and they scored 3 touctions in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
I think
that might have
I
been
think
the
that was the
Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's because Gadsden had that massive game, 164 yards from Gadsden. And I do remember specifically that 53-yard gallop where he almost got in. You throw the ball that much, when you're down that much and you're just fucking throwing, you can rack up those fucking yards. Justin Herbert, also the leader in rush yards, which is an issue for them.
Big time.
Chargers got some line problems to fix, but the Indianapolis Colts are the real deal. There's no other way to say it. This is the team that is the highest scoring team in football right now. They have put up the most points in football with Daniel fucking Jones.
Did you see they have higher stats than the 27 Patriots right now through this part of the season?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Or 2007, sorry.
2000. I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Also, Daniel Jones with the quote of the year so far after the game. He was asked, so what do you think about, some of these experts and stuff, that didn't predict this kind of start for the Colts? He's like, well, I guess I didn't know much. It fucking walks off.
Oh, him and Mac Jones both got incentive bonuses. Like going forward, every win is like another $500,000 for them.
Good.
Is that like is that better than the Geno quote?
Yes, that is.
They never roll
better.
back. That one, that's him, right?
That's better. Yes, that's Daniel Jones' comment is better than Geno Smith's.
I will still say this: almost every picture of Daniel Jones, he looks like a fucking retard.
No, he looks like he's on drugs. His eyes, Ryan, it's his eyes.
Yeah.
No, but they're also almost crossed in some way, like. Because I was looking for pictures of Daniel Jones to put in the thumbnail for today, and I had a hell of a time finding one where he kind of looked badass and didn't look like a fucking retard. Like he looks like he has a cross between Down syndrome and just retard. I don't know what it is, man.
Like he thinks too much about it.
Maybe he's thinking too much. That's what made him a perfect fit in. It made him a perfect fit because Eli looked kind of retarded sometimes. It should have been the perfect handover right there.
Right.
But yeah, dude, this Colts team is for real. Who are they playing next? You said the Titans, right? Titans, then the Steelers, Falcons in London, looks like. Chiefs, that'll be a good game. Texans,
no, that's going to be a big game because that game, one, it's an Arrowhead, but also it's the game before we have the Thanksgiving games and stuff like that. So Chiefs have that game, and they have Dallas a few days later in Dallas. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for the that 4-day stretch of how the Chiefs are going to handle that. In my opinion, I'm just thinking as a sports bettor.
Yeah, the Chiefs have a whack fucking schedule this year because they always got to get the primetime shit. But the Indianapolis Colts, after today, in my opinion, will be the only one-loss team in the league, right?
How many losses do the Bucs have?
1.
Oh yeah, no. So the Bucs and the Colts will both be 1 loss after this week.
They look bad for the first half of the first quarter.
What happened?
They don't look that great. They seem off. I mean, it's only a half of a quarter, but
hey, just wait till the fourth quarter. That's when Baker picks it up.
That's true.
Commanders, Cowboys. Man, am I glad I saw this one coming.
Me too.
Jaden Daniels goes down with an injury in this game, but that's like the game was already like they were getting their asses kicked before that. Jaden Daniels does go down. It doesn't look good. They say that they don't think it's major. He's probably going to miss a couple games. This is going to be Jaden Daniels through his career. I said it last year. I'm going to say it again this year. He's not going to last. He's not built to last. He's not able to avoid bad hits and bad contact. That is just a skill. And I don't know if it's something you can learn or if it's just something that's instinctual and natural. You see guys that take hits and are able to be okay. And then you see guys that take hits and it's always just the weirdest fucking way possible. That is Jaden Daniels. He takes weird fucking hits and he's got these skinny little legs. And it's just, I don't think that it's a long-term sustainable thing for them. Marcus
You're always
Mariota.
holding your breath. Whenever Jaden Daniels gets tackled, you're always holding your breath. You're like, fuck, I hope it's not bad.
Not even that, though. If you watch this game, which I watched a good chunk of it, he's playing like a second-year quarterback, kind of like C.J. Stroud in his regression in the second year. He had throws, and it wasn't like he didn't have time to throw it. He just missed a lot of throws. I don't know what was going on, but he might not. I think we might have jumped the gun because of how great of a year they had last year, but he's not that good of a passer right now. Granted, he didn't have his weapons out there. I get that, but there was some easy throws that he could have made, and he was all over the place. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can get that corrected and not always have to just rely on his legs. Because, like you said, if he has to do that, we know eventually you're going to get hit too many times, and you're just going to be injury prone your whole career.
You know, I gave a lot of credit to Cliff Kingsbury last year for their success because I felt like I didn't feel like what they were doing was overly complicated. It was basic. It was a lot of fucking RPO stuff. And it was things that were designed to keep those linebackers honest, to keep those linebackers up, to keep, like, if you were playing zone, whether you're playing man, whatever, keep those linebackers up. You had a lot of kind of open crossers and stuff like that for Jaden Daniels. And it was incredibly effective because when you have a guy whose legs are a weapon, that is your thing. You are constantly fucking worried about that. You're practicing against that. And I thought they were able to utilize that to the best capability last year for them. If you force them in a position where that's not as big of a deal, especially if you get up a little bit and you don't have people biting as much on those, and some of the running backs that got hurt, shit like that has also happened. But they seem to be happy with Krosky Merritt. He didn't do much in this game, obviously, but I don't know, man. This is against the Dallas Cowboys. This is against the Dallas Cowboys, who have looked like shit on defense all year long. Everybody scored on the Cowboys. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody scored on the Cowboys. The Commanders could not score on the Cowboys in this game, especially early on.
Can I give a big shout out to Jake Ferg? Even though it's a week before National Tight End Week, he got 2 touchdowns last night and made me a lot of money. So shout out to Jake Ferg. He
hadn't had a touchdown in like forever until like a week or two ago. Now he's just racking them up.
2 yesterday. That was great.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half since he had a touchdown, huh?
Yeah. And CeeDee Lamb had a big return. Had a big game for him as well. Big touchdown. So everybody was getting in on that action. Javonte Williams.
It's going to be an interesting match next week. Sorry to cut you off, but them and the Broncos, because I don't know what to do with that game. You got the Broncos that are supposed to have good defense. Didn't look like a good defense against the Giants. It's at Denver. We'll see how Dak does outside at elevation out there. But I mean, all this Dallas team has is offense. They got to put up 35 to have a chance to win. I do think that like something clicked finally in that fourth quarter for the Broncos. I do think we're going to see more scoring. I don't think the Broncos offense is going to go back to what it looked like for the first 3 quarters of that game and then over in London. I think we could have another fun shootout in Denver next week.
Maybe. I mean, again, the 2 lowest scoring teams this year against the Cowboys, we just look at their schedule, were the Commanders and the Jets.
Yeah.
The Jets put up 22 against this Cowboys team as well.
Yeah.
And that's all Washington could put up. I don't think that bodes well for them going forward. And I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be ready for next week. We might get Marcus Mariota for a game or 2.
Love it. Also, Zach Ertz scored a touchdown yesterday.
He did. Zach Ertz scored a fucking anytime touchdown, that son of a bitch. He did.
He always does.
He's had 4 or something this year, so he does. Packers, Cardinals.
This was an interesting one.
I said it on our stream.
I said it too.
Like that weird, especially the delay. Like that was the thing for me. When you have a 5 or 6 hour delay in the middle of the night when you're just sitting on a fucking tarmac and then have to go to another fucking plane to then catch another plane to take you 3 hours down there. It was weird. Timing was off. That's always going to be strange. And fuck, man, they almost lost this game. I thought Jacoby Brissett was going to bring them back in the end. The Cardinals were up 23-20 with, I don't know what, 4 or 5 minutes left in this game, it felt like, right? Let's see.
Well, they need 14 fourth-quarter points to win. I mean,
yeah. 4 minutes left is when Green Bay goes up 27-23.
Yeah.
And I thought that old Jacoby was going to get it back there. He couldn't get it done. The Packers are 4-1-1. They tied against the Cowboys. Ever since that first game against the Lions, they have not looked all that impressive, you know?
Yeah.
There's the other only one-loss team, technically, by the way.
You're right. You are right, actually. Green Bay's technically a one-loss team. So
I don't know what to do with this Packers team. I don't know if they're good or if they're bad or if they're mediocre. I don't know. Micah Parsons, 3 sacks yesterday. So he continues to show up. How does the NFL not have like a backup plan for these players and traveling? You know, why does it take 5 hours for them to get another plane? It's the NFL, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, they are in Green Bay, which is butt fuck nowhere, basically. Fucking dumbass hick town. Like, what the fuck? Might be tough for them to get it done. I think they had to go to Detroit. I think that was the thing. They had to have Detroit bring them a plane, or they had to go to Detroit for something like that happened. I don't know what the fuck it was, but something weird was going on. So they had to wait 5 hours to catch another flight. And I do think that probably played a little bit of a role in this. It's one of the things I said. And I think the Packers are lucky to escape with the win. This would have been a devastating loss to them, to your backup quarterback with a couple injuries that they're dealing with anyway for the Arizona Cardinals. So
I think the Cardinals are going to be in the market for another quarterback soon. I'm not sure how much money and how many more years they have with Kyler Murray, but
it's a lot.
But they're going to need to look for a replacement. And obviously it's not Jacoby Brissett, but you see how good Jacoby Brissett's been playing last week against the Colts and now this week against Green Bay. I don't know if Kyler Murray would have kept them in close games like Jacoby has. So Jacoby's not the future, but they need to start looking down the road into the future.
Never mind, it's not that bad. I thought it was bad because remember Kyler Murray made the Cardinals give him an extension after year 3 instead of year 4 because he was being a little bitch about it.
Well, and racism and stuff, and studying the playbook and watching film.
Yeah, if they cut him after this season, it's only a 57. I mean, I say only, but
he's making an average about 50 mil a year, right?
So he's going to make 50. He's a cap hit of 53 next year. If they cut him, it'll be a dead cap of 57. So it's like, do you want to keep him on your team as maybe a backup, and because you're going to have to pay the 53 anyways, and then after that, it's only a dead cap of 7, or do you just want to get rid of him and cut ties, and you got to take a dead cap of 57 million that year? I mean, we saw the Russell Wilson, the 80 something $million. So teams are willing to do it now. It just depends. If anything, I think the Cardinals keep him as a backup since they got to pay the 53 either way on the books.
The thing is, if you have a young quarterback that you're ready to go with, who is a not a big salary cap hit, teams can get away with doing that, right? Like the Broncos did with Bo Nix. Like you can get away with something like that. If you're kind of in that mid-range and maybe you don't have the quarterback of the future on your team, like what are you gonna fucking do? Who knows?
Well, yeah, I guess it depends. If they end up only getting 3 wins this season, then they'll be, up there to draft one of these young guys. I don't know. We'll see. But I still don't know about the Packers. I don't know who the hell they are.
I don't know either. I don't think they've looked very dominant, other than that Lions victory. They look really good, obviously. But then the night game, Falcons, Niners, and Mac Daddy Jones.
Yes, sir.
CMC.
That's who it should be. Yeah.
CMC. Bro, I saw the old, it's one of my favorite memes, and I've seen it every year for the past 3 or 4 years, at least when Christian McCaffrey's not injured, is Kyle Shanahan's face on the farmer coming in to fucking milk the cow. And it's just CMC's the cow, and he's just shriveled up and fucking.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Big play by Mike Evans. Looked like a one-handed grab that he snugged in into his chest, and it was a defensive pass interference. Big fucking play.
That a baby Mike. Love to see it. I'll say this. I would have been so mad if I didn't bet it. I did bet it because I told you guys to bet it. Christian McCaffrey, first touchdown last night. But I didn't realize, did you see on the broadcast, they made up Running Backs Day? It's National Running Backs Day.
Yeah, National Running Back Day, and they gave They had CMC, they had Trent Williams up there, and they had the fucking middle linebacker who's filling in for Fred Warner.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I already
Bijan
bet.
Robinson.
I'm glad I already bet CMC, because had I missed out on that, I mean, once you hear that kind of stuff, these guys, it seems to always work out. Like I'm telling you, next week, these teams that you'll see teams draw up certain plays for their tight end. It's weird. I don't be surprised if Kittle gets in there. He didn't do anything in this game other than have some really good blocks. Kittle's going to get a touchdown next week.
Mm-hmm.
He curated National Tight Ends Day.
Other point of note, apparently Michael Penix Jr. did suffer a foot injury yesterday, kind of really at the end of the game. Looks like he might be out next week.
Kirk Cousins
it might be fucking Kirk time. You like that? You like that? Also, we talked about Bryce Young. Bryce Young, probably not going to go next week. He may have already been ruled out. We didn't talk about that. I forgot to, but Andy Dalton got some time in that game.
Kirk Cousins is going to look so good next. This is great for the Falcons. Kirk Cousins is going to look so good because I believe they play the Dolphins at home. I think they're home. So he's going to look so good, and then they're going to be like, who wants to trade for this guy now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, at home against Miami.
Yeah, a bone bruise is what he's got. So right now he says day to day. We'll see. That sounds like a pain management thing, you know.
Right.
But there's a chance he won't be able to go. Bijan Robinson held only 40 yards rushing, by the way, which is quite an accomplishment when he gets 14 carries.
Isn't it crazy? We all were looking at this game, and I think we all agreed. We're like, this just feels weird. Why are the Niners favored in this game? Slightly favored, but why are they favored? At one point, money came in on the Falcons so much that the Falcons were a 1-point favorite, but then by the kickoff, it ended up being, I believe, a pick 'em. But it felt weird that line was so close after how banged up the Niners are, and then how well the Falcons look the week before against the Bills. But that's the NFL for you, man.
Well, we also said that. I think the Falcons seems different at home than they are on the road. And, you know, this is the same team that got fucking blanked by the Panthers 30-0. Yeah. And then goes on
the NFL,
to take it to the Chiefs.
Weird.
So
such a weird season.
Yeah. And then obviously we got the game going on right now as we speak. Bucks, Lions. Buccaneers are currently driving.
But not anymore. It's a 4th and 3. Baker just went to go throw the ball, got batted down at the line. They're facing a 4th and 3, and they're running off the field. I don't know if they're in position to kick a field goal here. They might have to do a short punt.
Yeah, they're at the 47-yard line, so
yeah,
probably a punt territory there. We all picked the Lions in this game. Oh no, we didn't. Me and Will picked the Lions.
I will
me
never
and Will picked the Lions. Beardo picked the Bucks.
I will never bet against Baker Mayfield ever again.
I picked the over, and I mean, luckily we saw in the Giants Broncos game the over's never dead. But we need to see some scoring here in the second quarter.
Right.
Dude, how disgusted are you if you had the Denver Broncos team total under? You're heading into the fourth quarter. They have 0. I believe it was like 25.5. And then
no way in hell.
No, you're like that. I just won that bet.
You're thinking worst case scenario possible. They might get 3 touchdowns in the quarter, convert 3 2-point conversions, and they'll get 24 points. That's the worst damage they could possibly do. That's what you would probably be thinking in your head going in.
Oh, I love gambling.
Never underestimate the Giants. And then Texans Seahawks. Beardo's favorite start time, 10 p.m.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks in this one.
I got the Seahawks in this game as well. We'll see. It's been a week since we saw CJ Stroud in the Houston Texans. That defensive front will probably be out after Darnold. We'll see if Darnold can continue his really good play this year so far, especially on those deep shots. Will, you have who? He fucking died.
Sorry.
I think he's on the Texans.
I have the Texans. Fun little, if you're a gambler out there, fun little anti-correlated parlay that I bet today, if you want to do it. Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown. Texans to win the game. You get boosted odds because it's anti-correlated.
There you go. I could see it happening. But let's catch up with these super chats now, shall we? If I can actually get that down. Blue-eyed Scorpio, Beardo, Giants also have a ring over Broncos. Cheers.
This is true. Thank you.
Little Orphan Funkhauser deport Tua back to Samoa since Hawaii's a state. Whatever you do, get his ass off the fucking field. Don't matter. The Raging American, Ryan and Beardo, stay salty that the Pats have the best quarterback in the AFC other than Mahomes. Look at 3 clips of his throws, more wins than even last year.
I like that guy.
Okay.
Why is it? Do I feel salty to you over Drake May, Will?
Yeah.
No, I'm wondering why it's you, because your QB's in the NFC, so I don't understand. But I like this guy. It doesn't even matter.
What the fuck?
Have you felt any shade from me about Drake May? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. He makes a great point. I love this guy, Raging American.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna stay salty because I'm not salty. I like Drake May. I really do.
He's fun.
Yeah. Jesus for $5. Beardo Giants suck, but I feel your pain. Wish I could send you a 12-pack of Coors Light to numb the pain like I numbed my pain last week with a 24-pack.
Thank you.
The Gilk Man returns. What's up, Thomas? Says, keep being amazing. Much love. Patriots are great. Patriots playing very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay salty.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's freaking me out.
There's like so many. Ryan and Beardo stay salty that the Pats have the best quarterback in the AFC other than Patrick Mahomes. It's such like a random thing. Starting to feel better. Meta PC RK Outpost Beardo. Oh, it's good to hear, Alex. Glad you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. I've got the cold right now, as you guys can tell.
He had a UTI. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, I don't got that. I just got the bug.
Shit.
I just got a common cold.
Fuck. Wait.
I feel you, bud. I got the sniffles. He's like, my fucking dick hurts. La Habs Marmot for 5. Who do you guys have for tonight's game, Blue Jays or Mariners? That is a good question. Dude, the Blue Jays had a great game last night. I picked Mariners, so I'm going with Mariners. But holy shit, Blue Jays got a lot of energy going in that game tonight, dude.
It feels disgusting for me to say this, but I'm going to go with the Mariners as well.
Me too. I got the Mariners. By the way, UTI for a guy is no joke. Those are always serious and painful. So I feel your pain, buddy.
I've never had one.
I've never had one, but I just know from obviously being in the medical field that those are very serious.
I think you should just grow up.
Just piss it out.
Yeah. Jesus for 2. Cowboys fan from Dallas, Texas. Beardo, are you from New York?
No.
Vetty, as a Browns fan, I'm always used to being disappointed, but this win over the Finns makes the pain a little better. What do you think the ceiling is for the Browns this year? I'm thinking 5 to 7 wins.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
I'd say 4 to 5, maybe.
That's
How
hopeful.
about 4 to 5?
But you don't want 7 wins, because you're not making the playoffs. You get a shitty draft spot. You just be happy with like some improvements. Your defense looked great. Maybe Dylan Gabriel kind of figures some things out. You get 4 wins. You'll still be in a top 10 draft pick. That's what you want.
Here's what I see on you guys' schedule. So you did beat the fucking Packers, by the way.
Yes.
You did beat the Packers.
And then you traded the guy away.
So upcoming schedule for the Browns. At Patriots, probably a close game, right? Now I think the Patriots will beat them pretty handily. At Jets, 100% winnable. There's one. Versus Ravens with Lamar back, probably not. At Raiders, winnable game. Maybe your second win there. 49ers, probably not. Titans, definite possible win there. So you're looking at maybe 3 possible wins. At Bears, I fucking hope not. Versus Bills, versus Steelers, at Bengals, end of the season. So I see like 3 potential wins for you guys in those. Anything can happen, but I would say 4 to 5 in that area.
Boys, shit is hitting the fan over here for me. I hear the kids freaking out. I got to bail on you.
We're about to end the stream. Will, pimp your shit.
Game on shit. On Rumble at @GameOn_picks on Twitter and YouTube. Come hang out with me. It'll be live tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. Pacific. Gonna be talking some college football and NFL and whatever. And the NBA starts tomorrow. So if you're interested in any of that, come hang out with me. Good hanging out with you guys. Beardo, sorry about your Giants, but they saved me in Survivor, so thank you.
You're welcome.
If I win the million, if I end up surviving a Survivor, win the million, buy a jet ski. Okay.
I just want a jet ski.
That's I'll get you a jet ski.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
He's a
You guys have a good night.
simple kind of man. All right. Thanks, Will.
Later, boys.
Better Will.
Yeah. All right, Beardo, and that is it for us. You got anything going on?
I'm going to go live right now to cover the rest of this Bucs-Lions game. I will not be staying on for the next 7 hours to finish up the Seattle-Houston game, staying up till 2 a.m. for that. But we will watch and finish the rest of the Bucs and Lions over here on Locals in a little bit. I'm just going to take a piss, grab something to eat, and then we're going to fire up that live stream.
Yeah, take a piss. You know, I end up like Alex. So
Right. Don't want that to happen.
I've heard that. I don't know if that's true. If you hold your piss too long, you need UTI. I don't really know if that shit's true. I've held my piss for a very long time. I've never got one. So I don't really know how it works, but
I think that's like a chick thing.
It might be. That it's just something I've heard. If you hold your piss for a long time, you can get a UTI. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know.
All right, guys. That is it for us. Thanks for hanging out here on YouTube and also on Rumble. We'll be back next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Better boys.